Hi everyone, it's Helen here. Good morning. Um, Yesterday, both Coach Ellen and I have to work from home. Don't you love it? Now, with technology, we can work together or separately. Yesterday is the time that we both have to work separately. My portion of this life will be well. In addition to what Coach Allen said here earlier, he talked about open mindset, closed mindset, and a growth mindset. So which is good because I'm going to share some of the reasons why. Because we talk about anger, there's so many questions about, why is my anger keep showing up? So I'm going to share some of the reasons why anger keeps showing up in your life. And this is good because with a growth mindset, you'll notice that you might be willing to accept some of the factors, some of the reasons your anger keep showing up. All right. So like Coach Allen said, a closed mindset might not look at what I'm going to share. I wrote it down here to explain to you, why my anger keeps showing up, right? I know you're here because you do want, your loved ones to be better. So first of all, I wanted to congratulate you for stepping up in this, community to want to be better. That's the first step, is the willingness to seek support, right? Knowing that you have challenge, and the first step is willingness to seek support. So first step first, all right? So I'm very, very happy for you. And I'm also very happy that I have the chance to share with you. So, your life is better. And you know what? We're all connected in so many ways. Your life is better. I can feel the energy, right? If you're a mom, if you're a dad, think about you getting better. So your kids, your spouse all become better. So that, hello, Coach Allen, it become better, all right? So there's a greater cause for outside of you. That's why you're here. So I'm so happy here, and me too. I'm helping you, also at the same time helping me, right? That's just my purpose, to help others get better because somebody helped me. And there's this question. A few of them keep showing up. Why is my anger so uncontrollable and keep showing up every time? Making my spouse not speak to me. Not having the ability to connect with our kids. I know what that feel, because I'm a mother too myself. So, and at work, like Coach Allen said, why am I so angry at work and got fired, right? From work. Well, you know what? I'm going to share with you all these reasons. So the reason, all these reasons that I'm going to share with you, is something that you can do to control yourself, to take the control back. Something you can do to change your behavior. So you have the ability to show up differently, to cope with situation. All the things, a few of the actually things I listed here to look at, so you can go and do something about it. And so instead of relying on all the people, instead of blaming on all the people, the reasons that I'm going to share here is you can have a growth mindset and take what I share with you and take a look, is it something I can do? Is it something that that happened in my life? Is it something that is possible for me to do to get a better result? This is good because that lies the power to control inside of it. When you have control, when you have power, you can do anything. You will be on the driver's seat, right? You will be on the driver's seat instead of the passenger seat, right? So by understanding the factors, the reasons behind your anger keep showing up, will give you some perspective how to start change. All right. So I'm going to list some of the possible reasons why anger keep showing up in your life. Okay. And number one is unresolved issues from the past. Right. For example, if you have previous relationship where your spouse, for example, was not faithful, chances are you might use that to bring it back to this relationship, or it could be something that that actually use it towards your kids, right? Could be anything in the past, incidents in the past where when you feel frustrated, angry, and hasn't been resolved, so still carries to this current moment. Okay, so unresolved issues. So if you actually think about your past now, are there someone, something in your life that still make you feel frustrated or angry, right? Try to remember a time, go back a specific time in your past and think about something that, or an incident, circumstance that still make you feel angry. And then if there is, that means there is still issues from the past that haven't been resolved. Okay, so unresolved issues could be one of the reasons that your anger is still here until you are taught how to go back and release it. All right, so just right now I'm just sharing with you what are some of the reasons that your anger is still showing up. All right, so unresolved issues. Okay, you can go back to your past and think about things, could be anything, could be little incidents, all right, that make yourself angry, and write it down. Okay, write all those things down. Right, could be the best thing to do that is when you relax. And to relax, you might want to put some hypnotic music or relax, calming music. Why? Because that's when your unconscious mind come out to play, and then that's when you can go back to pretty far in your past and think about every little incident where you used to feel frustrated, and you can write it down, and then that's the first step. Okay, that's very important. And then a second reason where your anger is still showing up could be stress and feeling overwhelmed. What does that mean? Sometimes we have so much, especially parents, right? So much responsibility, the home, the outside, and their friends, right? Too much responsibility can make us feel irritated or frustrated, right? And then a little bit of argument with kids or our spouse can make us flare up, anger. So now go and think about the things that in your life that make you feel perhaps stress. Are you taking too much responsibility at work, or too much responsibility at home? Or some of us, like I'm guilty of it too, to focus on things that we have no control, like the news, or some of our friends' problem that that has nothing to do with our life, right? Because energy is limited in us. So if we spend too much energy on other things, we might have less energy to deal with our own important like life tasks, right? So be mindful where you spend your energy first, okay? So are you spending energy on things that don't matter, or you try to only spend energy that matters? So write down the time and on the things that you spend on. All right. So for me, sometimes I spend a little bit too much time sometimes on social media, and the next thing I know, oh my God, I'm like I have to do something, and that might make me feel angry about myself. Even the little incident might make you feel stressful. So it's important to look at every little things that you do at home that takes your energy away. All right. So that could be one of the reasons, right? Because again, anger is an emotion, and lashing out, to the ones we love, probably not what you wanted. But little incident of anger not resolved becomes a lot, right? So the little things that that might make you feel a little bit angry, you need to look at it. All right. So third possibility that make you anger keep showing up could be negative thought patterns. Okay, so negative thought patterns, you see, our human mind is made to survive, and our human mind is made to do the least possible. The mind, just like everything else, like human, the least we do, the better, right? So, and our mind is, like if you do not focus it on it, it will just go down thinking negatively, right? It's like when you're riding the bike, and going downhill is so easy. You don't need effort. What happens when you want to go upward? You need effort. But our mind is designed to just take the least effort. So perhaps you might have, or maybe you never have a chance to be positive. So automatically you started building this negative pattern. If you notice yourself thinking negatively, put an effort in and try to think of something that is positive, right? So every time you think about something negative, think about do the opposite, right? Do the opposite, right? Just do the opposite, because positivity can also accumulate, just like negativity, right? So if for example, little incidents happen in your life, and even though it's little, you didn't have a good experience. And what happened? It accumulated over time, right? So let's give you an example. If you have this pattern of always think negatively. For example, if your spouse or your kids come home with for example, with a good report card already, and then instead of congratulating, just talk about your kids, congratulate them for their hard work, for that they're doing their best. If you are thinking negatively, you might ask, I like you might ask, are you where are you in the class? Why aren't you for example, if your kid got a B, and then if you ask them, why didn't you try harder to get a B plus or an A, versus, right? So that's negative thinking, negative pattern. Instead of saying, congratulations, B, that's really, really good. And instead of ask, oh, what can you do differently next time if to improve, right? So that's still a better thinking than versus, what happened? Why didn't you get an A? I'm guilty of it, right? I'm guilty myself because I have kids, and even though it didn't mean that much, even though it might sound innocent, but it's still a negative thinking. All right. So remember, watch your word, and I know it's hard. Watch your words, and watch the people around you, and the energy they share. If they sharing positive energy, that means you are thinking positively. If the energy you get from the people around you is negative, that means your thinking is perhaps negative, right? So that's in one way to think about. That might be one of the reasons you keep having an angry issue. All right, so negative thought pattern. 4 reasons that might contribute to your anger keep showing up is poor emotional regulation. I know this is a tough one because often we as kids, as children, we learn from our parents. When our parents show us coping mechanism, the way they show up, controlling their anger, pass on to us, right? So, and often they are not even aware of how they control their emotions as well. Maybe they haven't been taught by their parents, because in the past it's all about surviving, all about providing food, the necessity, to survive. Especially in older age, right? Not like now we have everything done for us. There's so much technology make our life so much easier. We have time to talk about emotions. In 100 years ago, there's no time to have this luxury. Every minute of the day is used to gather food and just to make everybody go through the day with enough survival things, right? So not until now we talk about emotions, right? So perhaps look at your environment. How are they coping, right? I know if you're not coping it, chances are you might have learned from them. So look at your environment. Is it something that you're okay with it? Are they doing it, coping the way that you like it? If not, you can actually learn differently. Just because your parents are doing it, that means you don't have to follow them. You can actually, you're older now, you're no longer a child, right? Anybody after age 7 can learn to think for themselves. Yes, a lot of your learnings, you believe, might be in your subconscious. There's ways that you can actually overcome the old limited beliefs that no longer work. All right, so think about the people around you, and see if you agree with their behavior. If not, then you can actually go and change it. So the way you control your emotions by learning something different, okay? Like literally your emotions can be changed. Learning to change emotion can be changed, just like society. Everything can be changed, right? Nothing is forever, which means it's good. You don't like something, do something about it. Okay, you're not like Jim Wong said, you're not a rock, you're not a tree. You can do something about it. All right. So another reason your anger might keep showing up is it could be environmental. Could be environmental means it could be you might be in a place that might be too much physical factor. Like it could be if it's too hot. Is it where you live could be too, too crowded, or are you in an environment where it's too in some environment the air is not good, right? So think about this is the environment. Check. Why is it? Because it's something that you can do. It's something that you can do. If, for example, if you're living in an apartment that's too cluttered, too much junk, right? You have to trip. You might have to trip every time you want to go pass through something. That could be frustrating, right? So, I mean, this is an easy example. Some people have a very tidy home. Some people maybe perhaps haven't learned how to tidy the home. So everywhere they go, they have to be so careful, and they fall often or get stuck all the time. They fall, they get tripped. So those things, look at your environment, what's happening. This is inside your home. Outside, if you are, I'm repeating myself, if you're outside, if you happen to be in an environment that, the air is not good, do something about it, all right? Or perhaps even, this is actually very important, even on right now in the summertime, if the weather is really, really hot and you are feeling dehydrated, it could cause irritation and frustration as well. So knowing that this is summertime right now, the weather is humid, you might want to carry extra water with you, right? So that is something you can do to change, right? Versus, the weather, blame on the weather. So it could be environment trigger. Every time the sun comes up and then you feel, extra dehydrated. So bring extra water if you're going somewhere where it's hot. Okay, so that's another reason for anger or frustration, irritation to show up. All right. So another reason could be physical health issues. People who have chronic pain and always tired might feel irritated easily, right? I mean, pain, any kind of pain that hasn't been relieved can cause you to feel irritated, uneasy, right? So when you're feeling uneasy, someone, happen to be there, you might give them the negative energy because you already feel not happy inside, right? So figure out if there's something that you can do to minimize your physical pain, or if you're feeling tired, see if you can do something to get the energy back, right? Know what you eat. Are you hydrated? Enough water, because lack of water can make you tired. And then back pain too. Are you doing something to minimize the back pain, right? So your physical issue inside, if you're not handle it properly, make you feel irritated. Those little irritation becomes a lot, and then your spouse or kids might be just a trigger for you to lash out on them. Okay, controlling your own physical body is is something that you can do to create better coping strategy for your anger. Okay, so what else? Another reason that your anger keeps showing up could be lack of communication skills. Yes, we human, we always believe that we are good with a lot of things should be just natural, right? As a mother myself now, and as a wife, as daughter-in-law, sister-in-law, sister, I realize communication is one of the most useful skill we can actually acquire, because the ability to communicate it helps you connect with people, the way you use words, the way you understand how others feel, the way you use, right? You notice that people who are great communicators, it's something they learn, right? Imagine, do you think any babies can just communicate so effectively, right? This means there's communication skills that you can acquire to communicate, connect better with other humans, right? So all the great communicators out there learn this skill. So if you can only look at them, how they speak and how you speak, what words they use and what words you use, you can only compare. And if the way they communicate, move people, connect with people better, then you can learn from them. All right. So communication skills is a must for you to connect better with other people. I know a lot of people think, that's the way I am. There's no need. Not true. You see Tony Robbins, he moved thousands and people because he learned communication skills, right? The word that you use, some words that you use are less resistant versus some words that you use are more resistant. You see, our mind picks up words, right? Some words that you use, people just say yes, yes all the time. Look at this. Some salespeople are really good. Do you think they're born with it? No, there's certain words that they use, certain phrases that they use. Doesn't mean salespeople. We're all salespeople anyway, right? The way we communicate with our kids, get them to do what we want them to do, because that's what we do, right, parents? And if you learn certain skills to communicate with the kids, your kids are more likely to do the things that you want them to do, like get your homework done, go sleep early, play less video game, right? Why some parents able to move their kid is not because they're born with certain gift, because everything that they do is because they learn. Just like baby normally just show up with very minimal skills. All they know how to do is cry and smile. Right? Everything that you are today is because you learn, whether consciously or subconsciously. So lack of communications could be one way that might cause you to keep having angry show up. It just maybe the words that you use are not the right words or phrases. Okay, so I know elaborate too much, but this is a few of the reasons that might be that your anger keep showing up. By looking at those reasons, you can actually do something to create changes so you can show up differently. All right. So when you have this growth mindset, you might want to look at your life now, and what you can do, whether it's communicating more effectively, whether look at some of your past, or people in your life who might be still irritating you, or the past that you may have issues that haven't been resolved. Take a look at all those, and your environment as well. Your environment, is it something that you can do, tidy in your house, or focus where your energy goes. Are those energy too spread out, where the things that you really need to do might not have enough time, right? Focus on the important things so you have more time to do the things that are important for you, right? So people have too much responsibility or too much thing that they focus on. Some of them are not necessarily important, right? So focus so you feel more relaxed, or just everything, your schedules as a bit more schedule, right? So this is the reasons that might be why your anger keeps showing up. And if you have any questions, do let us know, so we can come and show you how to overcome the things that you are not able to do yourself. Okay, now look at the things that I share with you, and take a look at what you can do. And if you haven't, please come to us and we can show you how. Thank you so much for allowing us to share. I really appreciate you giving yourself time here, because again, we all connected. And I wish you well, and I wish you joy, and I wish you happiness with yourself and with all those who love you and who you love. Thank you.